Among the Jungle podcast, where we're expanding our perception of the plant kingdom. Welcome. I'm botanist and host Shii Kaina, and I would love for you to join me as I interview incredible plant people around the world to create an audio vault of inspiring botanical knowledge, all while harnessing a deeper connection between us and our natural world. If you're ready, it's time to inspire your wild. Welcome back, Jungle Dwellers, to Season 4, Episode number 19 of Among the Jungle podcast. Today, we audibly explore the inner workings of plants through music. This episode is as much for your plants and even your pets as it is for you. Today, we're immersing ourselves and our plant friends in a sound bath of music created by my variegated peace lily, Dotty, through the PlantWave music device. This song has a very special energy to it. You can really feel it while you're listening. I'll get into its creation in the first part of the episode, and then you'll get a chance to hear what I'm talking about for yourselves. The song itself is by plants for plants. However, I'm confident humans and pets will also enjoy. Today we will learn how plant music influences and affects you and your plants, what we're actually listening to in terms of plant music and plant processes, and how it feels to be immersed in good vibing plant music. Show notes for this episode are available at amongthejungle.com/019. Welcome, friends, to the jungle. Have you ever heard the saying, if speaking kindly to plants helps them grow, imagine what speaking kindly to people can do? Well, this episode is intended to speak kindness and bring peace to both plants and people. Words, as well as music, are energy, and we can harness these energies in our lives and within our homes to cultivate a space of growth and kindness. Plant music is a topic I have taken deep interest in because, truthfully, it's fundamentally altered the way in which I interact with plants. It's created a seemingly magic connection between us by showing me there are many universal languages with which we can communicate, music being one of them. In episode number 13 with Faye, we talk about alternate ways of communicating with plants other than having a music device. And it's pretty expansive to imagine all the ways in which plants are trying to get our attention. I'm sure by now you've probably seen the experiments of plants being talked negatively to or being talked positively to and how that affects their growth, as well as music. Classic rock and classical music are really good for plant growth, where heavy metal is really hindering for plant growth. I suggest you use the full-length version of this audio to experiment. Run some experiments in your own home for yourself. Just tune in to how you feel before and after listening to the plant song that's coming up here in a few minutes. Being intentional and focusing on your energy before and after things can give you a great caliber to what things are really bringing you joy in your life. And we're really excited to share this music with you. But I'm sure you have a few questions first. Like, how does this all work? I know that's everyone's favorite question. And the truth is, it's fairly simple to understand. And very scientific. I've included visuals in the show notes, as well as previous experiments and other things related to this topic. So be sure to check out the show notes if you really want to understand how this works, and if you want to dive a little deeper into research on this subject. The show notes, again, are at amongthejungle.com/019. When you begin to think on a macro scale, it's really easy to understand that everything is energy. These devices just happen to be set to the sensitivities of plants. Now, I've used a couple different devices now, with unique formats and characteristics, but the fundamentals are the same. Because this technology has existed longer than most listening have been alive, since the late 60s, It's just now, in the past 10 years, become available in a handheld form that we can actually carry out with us into the woods to listen to plants. So how does the device work? The device itself uses 2 electrodes or clamps to detect slight electrical variations in between water molecules. So variations in the quality of light, variations in the amount of water in the soil, even if I'm watering a plant while it's hooked up to the device, if I'm touching a plant while it's hooked up to the device, if my energy changes while I'm near the plant and it's hooked up to the device. So many things go in to changing those variations between those water molecules, even the photosynthetic processes. So everything you're hearing in terms of music is something going on inside the plant, which I find absolutely fascinating. What happens then is those variations are graphed into a wave, and that wave is translated into pitch that we can hear. The varying characteristics of the wave change the textural qualities of the sounds that we hear. So in the words of PlantWave, you're getting a sonic window into the secret world of plants. We'll have PlantWave on here in a future episode, and I look forward to expanding on any questions you have at that time. This particular song was created on World Kindness Day. When I noticed Dotty, my variegated peace lily that sits near my desk, was really creating quite the vibe. I've had months worth of failed attempts at recording the plant music, but I was so inspired by this song that I attempted again to record it and got my first real successful recording from a plant so far. I'm honestly so proud of her, and I couldn't wait to share it with so many of you who've been asking across the podcast and all of our community platforms for longer versions of the plant music. I'm now inspired to complete the Houseplant playlist and many other projects I've had in mind. I hope that you find many ways to utilize this audio, whether it be for meditation, for your yoga class, for playing for your plants, for playing for your pets. Whatever it is, I hope that you find multiple purposes for this really peaceful, good vibing music. So relax and enjoy the serenity, love, and kindness brought to you by Dotty the Peace Lily. A brief warning, the following music is instrumental only, with no vocals. Similar to meditative music, if you're operating a vehicle, please listen safely or save this portion for later. I'll leave you with these lasting words before the music begins, so they can echo throughout in your mind. Remember, there is no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end. Did you and your plants enjoy that time together? Tuning in to the energetic harmonics created by my houseplants? I know my dogs sure did. They napped the whole time. If you wish to experience the full-length version and play this track as many times as you like, verbiage-free, search World Kindness by Among the Jungle, wherever you listen to music. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere you listen to music. Or find the link in the show notes at amongthejungle.com/019. As per usual, I have a challenge for you this week. But I'm actually going to pick some winners to send some swag to. Share a photo or video in your Instagram story of you, your pets, or your plants reacting to or enjoying the new song. Tag Among the Jungle, and I'm going to pick some winners to send some swag to. Be sure to keep up with us on Instagram, where I drop lives, challenges, giveaways, IGTVs, and more. As well as TikTok at Among the Jungle for 15 to 60 second videos on plants, planet, and positivity. Be sure to also follow my personal page if you're interested at Aloha Shii on Instagram. Again, you can find the show notes for this episode at amongthejungle.com/019. Be sure to share this episode with a friend, family member, or plant lover that could use some kindness and magic in their life today. I hope this episode inspired your wild, and I hope you feel a sense of peace and lightheartedness after listening to World Kindness by Dotty the Peace Lily. Carry that beautiful heart onward into the world and spread that ripple of kindness far and wide. Until next week, Jungle Dwellers, love, light, and aloha. I am so grateful to the plants that bless this beautiful earth, and to you for choosing to nurture a wild place inside of your heart. I hope this episode inspired your wild, and I'd love to hear your feedback, suggestions for future guests, and other botanical notes at amongthejungle.com or amongthejungle on Instagram. It's been lovely exploring this exotic world with you today, and I look forward to where the journey takes us next week. Mahalo for tuning in, and stay wild.